So, my name is Ayla, and I did how salinity affects how much hermit crabs eat. The reason why I chose to do this project is, well, I wanted to see if salinity does have any effect on how much they eat, and I just wanted to learn more about these animals in general. And there's a little animation for you. So my hypothesis was if the salinity of the water increases, then the amount of food the hermit crabs eat should increase as well. To do this experiment, you need a refractometer and a pipette. A refractometer measures the salinity of the water by how much light goes through it. Also, you need two sandwich bags of squid mantles and a pair of dissection scissors, a petri dish and a scale, 4 or more hermit crabs that must be about the same size, and you also need an even number. 2 aquariums with filters and air stones, 1 bag of aquarium sea salt, 500 milliliter beaker and a tablespoon, and half a bucket of seawater per tank. Okay. So the method that I used is, well, first you gotta set up your aquariums before you can actually do anything. Then you record the salinity from the control using the refractometer. Then you compare it to the experimental. Then you remove the squid mantles from the freezer and defrost it. After defrosting, cut off about 5 small pieces of squid per tank. Weigh each set separately, and it should be about 3.2 grams. When you place the food in each tank, make sure you try to spread out the food to reduce the competition between crabs. Some of them will still try to steal food anyways. I suggest feeding them around 12 o'clock p.m., lunchtime, and then check on one again about 4:30. The only reason why I chose these times is because that's just when it worked out better for my schedule. Yeah. And the rest of my method used is you record the food left over, if there is any, by counting the pieces left over and weighing them again. Then you fill the beaker with tap water and mix in a tablespoon of sea salt. When salt is dissolved, you add it to the experimental tank and wait until the next day to repeat the process. Some observations that I made is that sometimes all the food is eaten. And like I said before, sometimes even if you put out the food, distribute it, they'll still try to steal it. And hermit crabs don't eat every day in the wild, so this must have been a real treat for them to being fed every day. All right, so this is the data for the control tank. And as you can see here, PPT stands for parts per thousand. And my table is pretty self-explanatory. Same for the experimental. The only reason why there's the salinity on day 2 and day 3 is the same is because I kind of didn't have enough time to change it. But yeah. So as I said before, my hypothesis states that if the salinity of the water increases, then the amount of food the hermit crabs eat should increase as well. However, my results showed differently. it is possible that other factors such as stress or the fact that hermit crabs don't eat every day in the wild could have impacted this experiment. So some facts that I learned about this about hermit crabs is that well, when they're stressed out, they will remove a limb. Luckily, none of mine did that. Wild hermit crabs eat about once a week in the wild, and pet hermits eat about every day. Previously, the only effect recorded that salinity has on these crabs is that it does alter the growth rate in larval development. And, yeah, scientific name. Works cited page. So, yeah. Thank you, Jenny, for helping me get started on this project and helping me get all the materials that I needed. And thank you, Jennifer, for getting the squid for me. Any questions? No? Oh, okay. It is possible. All right. So what he said is if there was more time for this experiment, could there have been a change in how much they eat? It is quite possible, but I don't really know for sure. Any others? No? Okay then.